Hey guys, Jamiy, today on Roblox we are playing some more Heroes Havoc, as you can see on the screen right now. Also, there's been a few updates, and just in case you don't know, I did actually get a wish soul. I did a video about it, but some things I said, actually quite a lot in the video that I said, I didn't realize was changed, so I thought it's best not to upload it, just confuse people in case people actually try to watch these videos to like get insight on the game, which I'm still a pretty big noob, to be honest. I just didn't really pay attention to the announcements, so probably best to just go join the Discord server for the game. But anyway, as you can see, we've done quite a lot of grinding. 2,400 snails, 140 glubbies. I'm also just probably going to sell all of them and just keep the wish ones, which is really good. So if you don't know, I'll just quickly show you wishes like stats. So also load up my monsters quite a lot. The reason why I'm not using 3 miners now is because the strategy is just completely, you can't use it anymore. They don't stack on top of each other, unfortunately. Or the same ability won't stack on top of each other, so I can't use 3 miners, unfortunately. But also the wish virtual venom grants all allies poison free, which grants them a 25% chance to poison on attack, which is okay, pretty bad for trying to get money, I believe. And then contagious greed grants all allies a money lover, which increases their chance by 25% to get items in battle, which is very nice. So also 25% to all of them, which also this guy already has a 70% chance, and same with for the other one. Then the miner also has treasure hunter, which gives itself 20%. Wish will give it 25%, and then treasure crew will give everyone else another 10%. So it's actually pretty good. I don't think Wish actually gives this to himself. I think it's just to the other, to everyone else pretty much. I don't know if you can use 4 wishes and have them all give money lover to each other. I don't think you can do that anymore, to be honest, but I kind of want to go for a unique wish at the very least. But anyway, if you don't know as well, been some new monsters or some new things, and actually right now I think Wish is working on a new update that is like just going to make it so saving is just a lot better, because Roblox is just Roblox. That's the best thing I can do, and you can lose a lot. But you see, I bought Wish, if you're watching this, I just gave you 6,000 Robux. You're welcome. I spent 6,000 Robux on the game just to buy gems. If you don't know, you can actually buy gems now. I bought this one 3 times, just because I want to do a little test in this video as well. So then, in this video, I want to test the new Roulette. So if you don't know, you can actually just use the shop, and you can actually sell and buy souls. You actually come back to the main town. And there's actually now a roulette. Apparently, if this arrow isn't here, do not buy anything. It's broken. If the arrow is there, it should work in your server. If it doesn't, just hop around. Artwork is actually pretty cool. I kind of like that a lot. But then, with that being said, there is a new roulette. Roulette. No, roulette? No, I think it's hero roulette. Not really too sure though. But anyway. So also there is different tiers. So also we've seen this in Project Pokemon, and we knew it would be like just a time matter before time for us in this game. It's a really simplistic way to like make money on the game, but it looks a lot better than Project Pokemon's ever did. Although this part is pretty much the exact same. But if you don't know, also the tier 1s, which it looks like it's mostly commons and uncommons. Although you can see once we find one, can we actually find any? There's an epic. And then sometimes if they have rainbow backgrounds, it means that's the unique, another Cassidy. You can actually get a mythics, there's a rainbow one. There's 2 mythics, okay, great. And this one though, you mainly get, I believe it's uncommons, rares, and you have a pretty good chance to get epics, it looks like. But this is mainly for like uncommons and rares, and then also you have tier 3, which is mostly rares, it looks, epics, and then mythics, which are the yellow ones. So I think I don't know exactly which one's the best, which is why we're going to do a test right now. I bought enough gems so I can do 100 of every single tier, so 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, so it's like 35,000. I got a little bit extra, I guess, so I can just save loads, I'll just use them whenever I want. But pretty much what we're going to do is open up 100 tier 1s, 100 tier 2s, and 100 tier 3s. I'm going to be keeping a track of down all the heroes that I got, and then we can come have a look at the stats, see which one I got Well, actually, then again, doing 100 of each, I guess it's best to do 100 of each, because at the end of it, I want to see which one's actually best to get the mythics, because right now, I only really want unique glubbies, and, well, mainly unique wishes, but glubbies will be pretty good as well, because also you can just sell them back and get more gold, I guess, if you really want to do that. But pretty much, we're going to see what is the best stat, because also, if tier 1 we get 1 unique in 100 spins, and tier 3 we get, I don't know, 3 uniques, then we know, oh, not uniques, mythic, so if we get 1 mythic in tier 1 and 3 in tier 3, for example, then we know it's actually better to probably spend, or to buy tier 1s on mythics, because it's a lot cheaper. Because also, tier 1 is equivalent of, tier 3 is equivalent of 4 tier 1 spins, because also 50 gems to compare to 200, which is also 4 times, so it would be actually better to buy tier 1s for mythics. But anyway, I'm going to start this, so I guess we'll go for the best, so let's do it, I guess. It might just be best for me to sell everything, except from wishes, and then we can see it, because I don't really need anything, really, except from, so I think actually what I'm going to do, so I'm going to probably sell everything, even though I don't need to go to this NPC, but I did anyway. We're going to sell literally all of them, because we don't really need any of them, really. I'll sell all the snails, we don't really need those either. The only ones I'll really keep is the glubbies, like this one, and get rid of that. So yeah, but I'm gonna delete all of these, and I guess we'll start with the tier 1. Okay, so we're back. So I sold all of them, except from the wishes, and I might as well keep the training dummies, because I don't really feel like these are going to be in them. Plus, I don't know if wishes actually fixed it, so you can't get training dummies anymore, so I kind of just want to keep them, because it's like an early access thing, really. But anyway, now what we're going to do is also we're going to go to the shop, go to heroes, and then we're going to open up 100 tier 1s, and then we can see what we have. I just took a screenshot of my inventory, so I know what I should have had. I don't remember off the top of my head, but we're going to open up 100 now, so let me just make sure that I know. So calculator, we have 4, 5, 6, 5, 8 gems, so then take away, I think I said 5,000, so it should be left at 40,658, so let's get straight into this then. I actually have no idea how this works. This is my first time. I did see a blue one just fly across the screen, so weird. Well, it actually gives you the stats. So tier 1, ace. Pretty good. First spin, we got a rare, which is pretty uncommon to get, so not too bad, but yeah. But anyway, I'm just going to shut up. I'm going to do all these spins, and I'm just going to shorten all the time down, so it's not going to be as long, so I guess I'll be back in another second. Okay, and we are back then. So we've done all of them. I kind of panicked, to be honest, because I thought, if I actually go back to it, it just say heroes, but it doesn't give you a description saying that you actually get heroes. I thought it was like the shop where you actually just got souls. I guess it makes sense that there's a soul one and there's a hero one, but I thought it was just for the roulette. But I went to my inventory, and I went to my souls, and you can see that it hasn't changed. So I kind of panicked. Didn't realize that all of them you do get from the roulette are actually heroes. They're not souls, so it's actually better. Because also to get a wish then you'd have to get 5 souls. So then I've gone through all of them, and these are the stats from 100 then. Unfortunately, I had some heroes, and I did have some quite a few levels 1s. I wasn't really too sure what I had already, so I had to go back through the entire video and actually stare at every single block and make sure that I got them all. So then, this is what I got. I got 75 commons, so 3/4 of what I spun, I got commons, which isn't exactly, it's tier 1 I guess, but not exactly that great. I got 13 uncommons, which is okay. I got 8 rares. Then this is the funny part, I only got 1 epic, but I got 2 wishes. Also, epic being purple. I got one of them, but I ended up getting 2 wishes. Not too sure how that works. Also, they are leveled up, which I'm not too sure why. Let me actually go back to view all, because I only had 1 wish and I've already got them equipped, so I know these are 2 are new. And they're already level 5? Not really too sure, but if I go down to these, I've got level 8s and stuff like this. I know these ones are new, like zombies. I've never had a zombie before. And they're all like level between 5 and 10, so I'm guessing they're meant to be between 5 and 10, which I guess is pretty good. So 75 commons, 13 uncommons, 8 rares, 1 epic, 2 mythics, which is pretty good, and only 1 unique. I got 1 unique, which was a pizza warrior, which isn't exactly too bad, I guess. We'll tag this character first. That one's okay, but probably not on this monster. I'm not really too sure, actually. I haven't tried it, but pretty good, okay? I think that's pretty good. But anyway, on to the next one then, which also is going to be the tier 2 then now. So this should give me, like, I'm guessing around the same, like I'm probably going to expect 75 uncommons, and around the same for like the other ones, I guess. So I'm not really too sure. But anyway, I'm going to go into this one now, so I guess I'll be back once we've spun 100 of these. Okay, and we are back. I'm actually going to turn this down a little bit. Should be enough. But anyway, we are back then. So we've done the second part of this, which also is the uncommon or the tier 2 hero roulette or roulette. I'm just going to call it roulette. It's also easy than just trying to pronounce that. I don't know if it's hero roulette, hero roulette, or roulette. No idea. Don't really care. So I'm just going to call it the roulette. So we've done the second one. I've got the stats, so we managed to this one. So also there's no commons in this one because it's tier 2, so there's no commons. So I'm actually going to compare it. Let me open up the other ones because I saved it. If you can't tell, this is like another day now from me doing that other one. Where did I actually save it? Oh, there we are, tier 1. Kalen, so then, for tier 1, we got 75 commons in... We got 13 uncommons, 8 rares, 1 epic, 2 mythics, and 1 unique. Also, it's just for me. I don't really need to say it, but it's just for me to memorize it. In the tier 2, we got 77 uncommons, 13 rares, 7 epics. We didn't get a single mythic. A single one. We didn't get a single mythic, but we did get 3 uniques, and I believe 2 of them were pizzas and 1 of them was miners. So, uniques, we got pretty lucky. I feel like the uniques and the mythics might be the same odds. I'm not really too sure, but from looking at this, we got... In the uncommon one, we got 2 mythics and 1 unique, and in this one, the tier 2, we got 3 uniques but 0 mythics. So far it looks like the mythics and the uniques have very similar stats, or similar chances. I'm going to guess that tier 1... Oh, well, I'm going to guess that there's tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. The higher tier you buy, the more common the mythics and uniques are. Not exactly too sure about that yet. We still have to do the tier 3. I'm hoping that we can get at the minimum, like, I don't know, 8 or 10 mythics, which is pushing it. That's like pushing like the odds really, really high. But we also have to think about it. In the tier 1 thing, we got 2 mythics, okay? So obviously the tier 1 is 4 times cheaper than the tier 3. So at the bare minimum, if we don't get 8 mythics, tier 1 will 100% be like the best tier to buy for mythics. Uniques, so far it looks like it's just, I can't really, because we're only doing 100. 100 is a good amount, but it's not a lot. So I can do more, but also it's going to be very, very expensive. So I'll probably have to like save up a bunch. And I'm thinking like maybe 1,000, maybe 5,000, maybe 10,000 spins of each to like try and get the exact odds, unless Wish tells us. But I believe the mythics and the uniques right now are just like completely luck on these stats that I have from this video alone, because we got 2 mythics and 1 unique from the tier 1, and the tier 2 we got 0 mythics but 3 uniques. So I feel like they're just completely. It's like right now we don't have enough. I haven't opened enough spins really to get like a grasp of the odds. So far the mix on the uniques is just not really. It's not really worth diving into unless I can open up more of them. But for now, it's like okay for like the first look, and then also later I can look at them more in depth. But the 2 things that I consider similar, that in the tier 1 we got 75 commons, and in the tier 2 we got 77 uncommons. Very close to like the lowest tiers that you can get in the individual tiers. And also the first tier and the second tier is seconds rarity, or seconds least rare. The tier 1 was the uncommon, which we got 13, and the tier 2 was the rare, which we also got 13. So some similarities there. And then the third category for each, the tier 1 is rare, the tier 2 is epic, the tier 1 got 8 rares, the tier 2 got 7 epics, so they're very, very similar. So I feel like it's just going to work somewhere around that. So obviously we should be getting more mythics and uniques, just that we got very unlucky this time. But I don't know, pretty cool so far. No new mythics though, unfortunately. We only got I think it was 2 wishes from tier 1. But anyway, now what we're going to do is tier 3. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, we are back then. So I managed to do all of the tiers finally. So I've opened up 300s, or 100 of each, also 300. So as you can see, these are the stats that we have. And surprisingly, I can see that they're fairly similar. So then, let's go straight away with tier 1. Obviously, we've already talked about tier 1 and tier 2, but I'm going to talk about them all pretty much in general. But tier 1, 75 uncommons, 13 uncommons, 8 rares, 1 epic, 2 mythics, and 1 unique. Uncommons are for the tier 2s, which I keep calling it the uncommon tier, which is tier 2. 77 uncommons, 13 rares, 7 epics, 0 mythics, and 3 uniques. And for the tier 3, which is this one, I didn't actually name this one, as you can probably tell. This is for the tier 3, the rare tier. We've got 84 rares, 12 epics, 2 mythics, and 2 uniques. Now, straight away I can see that tier 1 and tier 2 have very, very similar stats across the board, really. If you look at the most common drop, or the most common prize you can get, I keep calling it a prize, it's not really a prize because you're paying for it, but common and uncommons are the exact same pretty much, like 77, 75, very close. And then for the second one, the second chance to get the second least rarest is rare for the tier 2 and uncommon for the tier 1, and the exact same, 13. And for the third least rarest, we have 8 rares and 7 epics, which again is very, very close. Also past that, we have 2 mythics, 1 epic to 0 mythics, I'd say is pretty close, honestly. Then we have 2 mythics and 1 unique on the tier 1 and 3 uniques on the tier 2. So we got very unlucky with the mythics, but I'm thinking about it actually. If mythics and uniques have the same odds, let's just say like they have 1 in 100, for example, then you either could get a mythic or a unique, and they're both like 1 in 100. So with this in mind, I got 3 combined in tier 1, and I got 3 combined in tier 2. So if they are the same stat or very, very similar stats, I can see why I'd probably get something like this. But again, we've only did 100. It's not really enough. It's not really a big enough pool, really, to like consider the stats legitimate right now. I have to do a bigger graph, pretty much. And for tier 3, we've got 84 rares. I believe the reason why I got more rares, more of the least rarest from tier 3 is because there's nowhere else for them to go. I'll get into that in a second. As you can see, our second least rarest is the epics. We got 12 of, which is very similar to the other ones, so we can see that. Then mythics, also there's no like, we only have 4 stats in this one, so that is pretty much why that we're going to get more. You can see it's increased over a little bit over the time. So we've got 2 mythics and 2 uniques, which we actually got glubbies this time. And this one, I think we just got some normal ones again. But we got, in combined, we got 4 of them. So if you do want to get mythics or uniques, which I actually thought, like, in my first 5 spins or 6 spins, I actually got 2 mythics straight away. So I was like, oh, I'm going to get like maybe 6 or 8 then, if I got them that much. Fortunately didn't, just got very lucky at the very start. And looking over, it looks like they have the mythics and the uniques, like, stats don't really change too much over the tiers, it looks like. So if you are buying gems to buy spins, if you want for only mythics and uniques, go for the tier 1, it looks like so far. If you want common, well, if you mostly just want a bigger, wide range of heroes, go for tier 1. They're a lot cheaper. 50 gems, 100 gems, and 200 gems. Also, you can get 4 mythics. Again, we don't really know yet on how rare they actually are. We don't know the confirmed stats, and also I've only done 100 stats, so don't take these like too serious, to be honest. But if you want either mythics, unique heroes, or a lot of heroes, or mostly commons, tier 1 is for you. Also, if you want uncommon heroes, I'd say go with tier 2. And if you want mostly rare heroes, then go for tier 3, I guess. If you're wanting epic slow, it honestly looks like you could just go for either, to be honest. Like, it looks like the best one probably to go for is the tier 2 for epics, but again, because I've only done 100 spins of each, it's not really that trusted. Because also tier 1, let's just go for these. For like these, that means in tier 1 it looks like I only have a 1% chance to get an epic, which again we have no idea if that's the actual stats or not. But then on tier 2 it looks like you have a 7% chance to get an epic, and tier 3 looks like you got a 12% chance. So the best one to go for epics for me right now would probably be tier 2, because obviously tier 1 costs 50. If you double that, that means you probably only have 2% chance for epics, whereas tier 2 you would have a 7% still. But then if you look at the documents, tier 3 ones, you can see that it's only like we only got 12. And because tier 2 is 100 gems and tier 3 is 200 gems, that means we can buy 200 tier 2s in comparison to 100 tier 3s, and we could potentially end up getting 17, I'm so dumb, 14, by the way, it's another day, it's like 7 AM, I haven't slept all night, give me a break please. We could get 14 epics compared to like 12, so I feel like tier 2 is the best one to go for, but I feel like tier 3 might be better overall. But again, there's some good epic cards, but I just don't think epics are really that great. Also, compared to mythics, I personally would go for tier 1s, and I wouldn't really mind with going for anything else. I can just get rid of all these, don't really need them anymore. So there is that. So my opinions, there's the newest one of the newest updates. You can see there's already another update out right now, as that is the leaderboard's been changed since like the first part of this video, and right now Wish is actually working on trading, which is pretty cool. But so far it looks like the best one to go for is tier 1. Obviously, if you want uncommons, go for tier 2, and if you want rares, go for tier 3. If you want epics, it's up to you really. It mainly depends on if you want epics. It looks like they're all pretty similar to like go for, except from like tier 1. Tier 2 and tier 3 are very similar for like the epic stats, or how many you can get at least. Maybe tier 1, I just got very unlucky on the epics, which I'll say I got more uniques and more mythics than I did epics combined, which is kind of weird to be honest. So I probably just got really unlucky on the epics. It probably should be around 2 or 3 or maybe 4 even. Like I said, I probably just got really unlucky, but I did get really lucky with the mythics and the uniques, it looks like. But if you want to go for like Mythics, I would 100% go for tier 1. If you want uncommons, tier 2. If you want rares, tier 3. If you want epics, you can really just go for any tier. But also have in your mind, do you want more mythics, more uncommons, or more rares? If you want more mythics, again go for tier 1. It's mainly like the fact, if you want mainly epics, go for tier 1, because you're also going to get a lot of mythics trying to get the epic ones that you want. Also, you can actually, I'm not sure what I'm looking at as we go into this one, you can actually get hidden abilities from these as well. So hidden abilities, I'll show you some of them. So right now, my Captain Oaks I have right now is a hidden ability. It has a 7% extra chance to get items in battle. The usual one, which actually if we just look at any of these, I think actually, is this any? No, that's not it. It probably should be these ones then, I'm guessing. The normal ability is only a 10% chance, so also increases. And I feel like the pirate might have already got another one. There's been quite a lot, but I'd definitely go join the Discords if you want to look at that. So here's one of them I got a hidden ability one. That didn't really give me anything. So you can see that we do get some hidden abilities out of these, which is pretty cool. I'm not really too sure if what others have any abilities. That looks pretty good at 50%. Although, looks like that's not the hidden ability because it looks like all of them have it. So I'm not sure about this one if it has an ability. The Ace, again, absolutely no idea if it has one. Attacks by hitting a baseball into the enemy. I don't know why that's an ability. Is that because it's like a special attack and it doesn't do physical damage? I'm not really too sure. Oh, here we are. This one's got an ability, so actually it does have an ability. Home Run. Can't really see it because, yeah. This hero attacks have a 20% chance to inflict a quarter of the enemy's max health. Does not work on... It looks like it does not work on... No idea because I can't read it. Which kind of sucks. So, but yeah, that one looks really, really good. So, you can see that there's some pretty good ones. And one of the better ones is like the Miners, the Captain Oaks. Apparently Wish now has a hidden ability, or is going to have one eventually. If we actually just look at the wishes that we actually did get, I guess that would probably be better, but I don't think actually it probably did. No, 25%, and then 20, yeah, so we didn't get any hidden ability wishes, if there even is any. I don't really know. That looks the exact same. That's the exact same. This is one that I spawned in, I believe. It's level 1, and the other one. So it looks like they're all the same, which is okay. Then also the uniques we got. Let's just go over them, see if they are uniques or hidden abilities. Attacks on this hero miss 20% of the time, pretty cool. Give all bandits 20% extra chance to score critical hits. Rogue bandits, that is a uncommon? I don't know what the rogue... Oh no, it's a rare, I'm dumb. I think... Where is it? Oh, here it is. Is that the exact same on everything? It looks like that's the exact same on everything. Oh, actually it isn't. Or is this the hidden ability? I think this is the normal ability, the Backstabber. Which if we could quickly have a look. Actually, I don't know. Maybe it just has multiple abilities. This one is 4.5 stars. This one is 3.5. So I'm guessing now a unique actually is also a hidden ability. So pretty cool to get that. Let's have a look at this one. Just 5% chance, that's normal. The pizza one. Taunt. 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 Not really sure if this one has one yet. The Miner. Normal ability. And then this one. Oh, well, Snail is our own. But pretty cool. Kind of just a cool test really to see it. I'm probably going to save my gems and just try and do another video, but like a more broader one. But definitely think the tier 1s are the best way to go. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and like always, I'll see you guys next time.